YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy, the one J Osh. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back to the show. We're gonna do something a little different here, man. I wanna get into some reactions. Your boy's a wrestling fan. As you can see the shirt. This man literally saved wrestling for me at one point. This and when they started up NXT. Because the main roster shit was trash. So look, man. Well, let me rephrase. Him and Daniel Bryan. Yeah. They pretty much. Yeah. And the Wyatt family. Yeah. R.I.P. to Bray and Brody. But yeah, they kind of like kept me interested in wrestling. I ain't gonna lie to you. At some points, wrestling kind of just fell off of me. It was the same old shit. But we're gonna give my instant reactions and basically like I guess a review. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do Smackdown first because Smackdown happened yesterday. Night of Champions just ended. Smackdown. Okay, starts off. You know what I'm saying? Randy and Cody, they gonna talk their shit. No, they not. They're not going to talk their shit. Why? Because we just get an interruption in broadcast for like 30 to 40 minutes. I don't know the exact time. I just know they came back. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at JC Mateo and Solo Sikoa. Didn't hear nothing. Don't know what the fuck was said. What happened? I don't know if Randy just spoke or Cody spoke too. Because Cody didn't speak last week when he was about to fight Jay. Or the week before when he was about to fight Jay. It hasn't really got a word in. But yeah, they talked they ish. I guess. I don't know what was said. Randy probably said something. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. You know how Randy is. And Cody's like, I'm on that timing too. I want back what's mine. I'm assuming that's what was said. Did we get JC Mateo and Solo Sikoa? Now, look here. As a wrestler, I like JC Mateo. Yeah. I like JC Mateo. Him as Matanza Cueto in Lucha Underground, fantastic. He's a fantastic athlete. As a character, as JC Mateo, the character, it's not hitting. It's not hitting. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not. Yeah, my boy just. He ain't connecting with the crowd really. Like he don't get a reaction. And another person I'm gonna talk about, Jimmy Uso. They done failed Jimbo. Jimbo had a big fan support at one point going into WrestleMania, and they did nothing with him. Still to this day, they have really done nothing with him. And yeah, they kind of missed the boat on Jim. The match was okay. I guess, but you know, Mateo obviously defeated Jimmy. It ain't really nothing but to really build between. It really was just a filler to build between, Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa going into the Night of Champions. So I guess nobody really cared about the match at all. Sadly. Then, and again, I don't know if I'm going in order. This is off the top of my dome what I remember upon watching SmackDown. So if I forget some, probably was forgettable. I think after that, then they had Julia versus Selena. Thank God they gave Julia the belt because they have done nothing with Selena. It ain't got nothing to do with Selena losing the belt. Why I wanted her to lose. I didn't want her to lose because she's bad wrestler. She can't do mic work. We haven't seen a wrestler do mic work. How you give her the belt? She got this heartfelt story about her dad. You know what I'm saying? With the Twin Towers in New York. I think it was New York. Yeah. But like the 9/11 situation, she brings it to the memorial. All this heartfelt shit. And I know Selena could talk her ass off. And then you just do nothing with her. She don't get mic time. She gets to fight the same people over and over again. Like, y'all ain't... What is this? Like, the women's U.S. title picture was like the Raw's tag team picture. Both terrible. Both terrible. I'm not going to lie. As a fan watching, I don't know if they just don't have enough time or what it is, or their creative don't have nothing. But both pictures are terrible. And I like Zelina and I like the New Day. But y'all are not helping their division. And the Raw Tag Team division, they got the Viking Raiders, the War Raiders, whatever the fuck they called. I mean, now y'all done changed their names. Viking Experience, all type of shit. But y'all got them. They're nice. They awesome. They have great matches. Then you have the Creed brothers, like them too. After that, you got the Judgment Day, who are going to have a tag team match. I'm pretty sure the tag team title match is going to be fire between Judgment Day and the New Day. But there's no... y'all barely have storylines for them. Like, New Day come out there like every other week probably. Like, y'all not even doing nothing. There's nothing to build upon. But anyways, yeah, Julia beating her was right because y'all need to reset this division. You know, you had Chelsea, and I thought Chelsea winning the belt was the right call at the time, beating Medium. That was the right call. Michin. Then her developing this secret Hervis and her being like a president or whatever, the face of the United States and all this shit, and she's from Canada. It was just, I liked it. But again, you have her fighting Michin 100 times. You don't, like, there's nothing building upon it. Then you bring Zelina. She got momentum, but it was just like a fast track to the match. It was no build, really. Buns. So, good match between Zelina and Julia. Right call. Julia winning. I'm really about to look, because some of the stuff, like, the good stuff happened toward the end, but... Oh, yeah. Then they had Jade and Asuka come face-to-face. I want to say, too, the Saudi crowd deserves an apology. All right? Now, what's going on, like, with politics and everything outside of it? Fuck all that. The fans' experience, from a fan's perspective, watching this Saudi show, one is good times for us over here in the East Coast, at least. It's good timing for us because... I'm watching this, and, like, I was watching Smackdown early as fuck, and I was watching Night of Champions at 1 p.m. I loved it. I loved it. But they deserve an apology, just like CM Punk did. Because, yeah, that fan experience, that crowd was crazy. The crowd was crazy. The crowd has so much energy. I messed with the Saudi crowd on Friday and tonight. Well, not tonight, but today. And today, for, like, Night of Champions, the crowds was crazy. They obviously loved Asuka. I love Asuka. I feel like Asuka... First off, Vince screwed Asuka when she got to the main roster. She shouldn't have lost to no fucking Charlotte Mania. She should have been undefeated. I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with it. I hate the fact they did that. Because Asuka, I feel like Asuka is better than Charlotte. And I'm not one of those people that hate Charlotte. I hated the fact that she was always winning belts. She was always winning the championship. When Sasha Banks was here, she would beat Sasha every pay-per-view. But then Sasha would beat her on a Raw. They would just flipping the fucking title back and forth. She just won too much. I think she had the Roman Reigns syndrome. They kept letting her win. She wasn't losing. Yeah, nah. They're like... And I understand the whole rhetoric. Oh, she's got this many title defenses, which means she lost. She still barely lost, bro. Like, let's keep it a beat. Her win-loss record is outstanding. But, yeah, so I like Charlotte. But I always felt Asuka was probably the best women's wrestler on the roster when everybody was there for the longest. I thought Asuka was just on another level. She was smooth. She could do no wrong. She was, and she just had an aura about herself that was not forced at all. Like, it was just, and she had a presence. But they obviously fucked with Asuka, which I liked. And I like Jade. First off, shout out to Jade. Because everybody knows Jade coming from AEW was not the best wrestler. She was not. But this girl's obviously been working her ass off. And she's getting really good. She's getting really good now. She might not still be at that top echelon, but she is getting really good. So she's obviously been putting the work in. As opposed to her getting the Goldberg treatment in AEW with her 15-second matches. You know, But yeah, shout out to Jade. The promo battle back and forth, yeah. Asuka, you know, I love Asuka when she just starts tweaking out, just starts speaking in Japanese. But anyways, that happened. Let me look at this. Oh yeah, match of the night. Wasn't even close. Match segment, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The best thing on this fucking show. DIY versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. My God, them boys put on a fucking show. Hey, look here. Them boys put on a clinic. Alright, first off, again, thank you, Saudi. I fuck with Saudi. The fact that they gave DIY love. Because DIY has barely been getting reactions most of the time lately. And they're really fucking good. Let alone tag team, they're probably two of the best wrestlers on the roster. In general, just as wrestlers. I hope eventually that you can actually give Johnny his actually underdog run, and you can give Tommaso his heel run. Cause as them, boy, look here. If you was there for NXT, you know. I ain't gotta say nothing. If you don't know, go look it up. All right, but I'm glad they got they just do. I honestly feel like the only reason DIY ain't pushed the way they should be is because they got this horrible theme music. They changed it. The new one's a little bit better, but they should have kept their original DIY theme from NXT. I understand they be getting contracts with new producers or new music producers, whatever the fuck. I don't care. All right? I done forgot they fucking names off the top of my head already. But the new people in, they be making some fucking garbage. They got some that are hidden, but most of them are fucking garbage. And most of them always got to say your name at the beginning. Like, why do you got to announce the person? Like Logan Paul shit. I don't even know if that was his, if they made that for him or if that's his shit. That I'm still humble. No. Trash. Like, these new themes that they be announcing people, like Penta's, cool. Phoenix, cool. But thank God certain people have kept their themes. They have made some good songs, but like CFO was putting out hits for themes. CFO had hits. I don't know why their contract was lost or what happened with them. Y'all need to get CFO back. Because they had hits. Hits, bruh. On top of hits. But I'm not about to go on a rant about this, man. I'm trying to get through this shit. We ain't even got the Night of Champions. Anyways, fantastic match. Andrade and Rey won. I knew that was coming. But fantastic match nonetheless. I like the fact the crowd gave DIY some love, though. I really do. The Street Profits versus the White Six. As a fan of Bo Dallas, from Bo Leave to when even they shitted on him when he got to the main roster, but Bo Leave to Wyndham Rotunda with the Wyatt family to just being Bray Wyatt to being a Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse and all that, to him coming back with the new theme and the Uncle Howdy stuff. I have been a friend. I have been a supporter of Bray's from jump. The very first time I seen the Wyatt family. Been a supporter ever since. The man's promo ability got me like that. Think WWE missed the boat. I don't know if somebody got hurt. But I think WWE missed the boat on the Wyatt Six. Riyadh didn't give them I think that if they went to another city, they would have got more support. They would have got more reaction. Because Riyadh didn't give the Wyatt Six really their just due reaction. But I do feel like they have lost some more. And I think they have lost some steam from being gone so long. And I think they would have been better on Raw feuding with the New Day. A team that people like really hate right now because they're their heels, you know what I'm saying? But it just, them having all that much time away, it didn't help them. Because their debut was a masterpiece. Their debut was a masterpiece. But they just dropped the ball on it, man. Like, they had them for a little bit, and they just, I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody got hurt. I don't know what happened, but they dropped the ball by just them vanishing. I don't like it. I don't like the fact they did that, but yeah, they messed up with that. They messed up with that. And it hurts because I'm a huge Bray fan. And I love the fact that Bo kept that shit going. I do. And I know it means so much to Bo. I know that's it's not just him using Bray's name to keep his career relevant. It's not. He's really doing that for his brother, to honor his brother, and he wants his brother to be proud of him. I know he does. He wants his family to be proud of him. I don't think it's Bo's fault. I think WWE dropped the ball with them by having them gone that long. And it's like, and I think they're in a hard spot with like how to use them. Like, I think they were doing a good job when they were just jumping people like out the blue, just like randomly smoking people. Why not kept? I don't know why they didn't keep that going. Like, smoke the people that have like a little bit of history, and I liked how they was doing that with Chad and all that, man. But yeah, and then Aleister Black. Again, this ain't in order, but I remember it now. Aleister Black was in the office about to talk to Adam and Nick. And Ron comes in. R-Truth comes in. I'm driving now. And just like immediately steps in front of Aleister. And he's like, I'm driving now. I want John. And they're like, John ain't here. Or John's not here for you. He's here for CM Punk. And he was like, I don't care, I want John Cena. And then they're basically like, yeah, well, you can deal with this ish, you know. Yeah, and basically R-Truth's like, I'm out of here. Or he looks at Aleister and he's like, he basically like tries to punk Aleister. And Aleister's just like, okay. Like, Aleister gave me that like, noted. And then, like, didn't even speak to them. Was like, I don't forget what I was about to tell y'all. And then just goes out there, and then R-Truth comes out, and then he comes behind and smokes him. Just black masses him. And then Damien, for some reason, has a problem with that. I get that's your boy, but the fact that you got a problem with that is crazy to me. Like, okay, the first time, all right, Aleister let it slide. Second time, Truth just interrupted him. No respect. No respect. They didn't have nothing to do with Aleister, but no respect. He just walks up in front of him like, I'm driving, I want this. Hey, I was like, bet. All right. And then Priest is like, next time see him face to face. I mean, he turned around, just ate one. But yeah, Priest doing that, I don't know. Like, kind of corny. I guess this is really just like a sidestep segment for Ron to fight Aleister real quick, but then it's really just leading to Aleister and Damien. That's going to be the new, I guess, the new program. But yeah, that was, yeah, the Wyatt 6 and the Street Profits match was, And in DQ, so it didn't fucking matter. They just started beating up the Wyatts or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And then you get to Nia and Tiffany. The match was good. The match was solid. I didn't care for it. And I like Tiffany Stratton. I liked Nia last year when she was on her run. I didn't care for this match. I feel like this is just gonna end in like Jade probably like, cause I was picking Jade to win Queen of the Ring anyways, and I just like was like Jade's gonna probably end up beating Tiff and then Naomi's gonna cash in on Jade. That's my prediction. I think Jade's gonna win it, and then Naomi's gonna cash in on Jade, and then there's your program. But yeah, so yeah, Tiffany beat Nia again. Nia tables, you know, the crowd loves tables. But then you got pretty much the segment of the night. My goodness, John and Punk. John comes out. I'm the GOAT. CM Punk, I've always been better. I'm always one step ahead of you. Blah, 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 blah. Then you hear, so you think you're untouchable. And then this word life. This is based on thugonomics. You got thugonomics come on. This man Punk comes out. And a damn Chicago Cubs jersey. With a fucking Chicago Bulls hat. With the lock chain. And some Chicago ones on. For some reason, his knee pads are at his shin. I don't know why he ain't just put the knee pads up, but yeah, his knee pads at his shin. He comes out, and he got the jean shorts on. Can't forget the jean shorts. So he comes out, and he doing his rap and shit. Hey, look. Hey, look, that man, hey. Basically, so he kind of fumbled on some words, and some lines didn't hit, because I don't think some people understood it, because they're in another country. But he did hit him with like, oh, the you can't wrestle, the, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be Kendrick because you my Drake. Bitch, you my Drake. That was a good one. I ain't going to remember this shit word from word because it happened yesterday. But some of the lines did hit. And the fact that he was able to remember all that, I give Punk credit considering he never rapped a day in his life. He never tried to be. And that was his first attempt at it. Hey, he did probably better than most would. Because most wrestlers wouldn't even try to imitate John, what he did. Most of them wouldn't. Then, obviously, okay. So, we get from that. And then we get to Night of Champions today. Alright, now, Cody versus Randy starts off the show. Good match, great match, solid match, getting crowd electric. Shout out to the crowd. Crowd was going crazy for both. And you could tell, like, another reason that they're going to, first off, Saudi's going to eventually get a WrestleMania. I want to put that out there. Because, one, they got the money for it. Two, that crowd just right there solidified they could have a Mania. Now, I don't know if it's going to still be there. It's going to be another venue. But that crowd right there, they pretty much guaranteed it for sure now. Because I think they already have it booked for Royal Rumble or something. But now they're going to get a Mania eventually. It's only a matter of when. But yeah, Cody and Randy have a great match. They have a great match. Cody ends up winning. You know, Randy basically tweaks his back in the beginning of the match off a superplex. And Cody pretty much capitalized on it, which is not really a Cody thing to do. But I think he's using this like, I'm not going to hesitate ever again. Because he didn't even hesitate with his friend, his mentor. That's going to lead into him fighting John Cena. We'll get to John later. But he doesn't hesitate when it comes to Randy. Attacks it all day. You know what I'm saying? Hits him with a crossroads eventually, you know. Randy kicks out, of course. And he catches Cody in an RKO, right? And Cody kicks out. And then Cody goes for a Cody cutter, or I guess a disaster kick, and then catches a RKO from that off the top rope. Like, does it off the second rope. And then kicks out. And then eventually Randy does some heelish tactics, gets a chair, but it's a diversion. The ref takes the chair. Then Randy goes to the turnbuckle, undoes the turnbuckle, get the shit out of here. Come here, Cody. Huh? Doesn't get him. He tries to put his head in the turnbuckle. Doesn't get him. The exposed turnbuckle. Then Cody tries to do it to Randy. Doesn't get him. Then Randy basically goes for RKO. Cody blocks it, pushes him. Randy hits it rib first onto the exposed turnbuckle. Then after that, Cody, Crossroads, 1, 2, 3. Cody is your king of the ring. I seen this fucking coming. First off, Cody is like the star boy, okay? No pun intended, Stardust. But first off, I'm never gonna go against Cody because one, he's a Georgia boy. We rock with the Georgia boys. I can't help it. All right, you know what I'm saying? I support everything Georgia. Look, Cody gets the win, but I seen it coming. I don't like I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. Here's what I do like, though. I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't like how it was predictable, of course. You know, every now and then you want a shocker, but I do like where they're going, and I seen it because Randy shows it on his fucking face. The sly devil that he is. Randy's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I'm just gonna put that out there. 09 specifically. Oh my goodness. 09 Randy was on another level. Look, so Randy has that look on his face when Cody's like, thank you, Randy. He just, that like that sadistic, like, you son of a bitch. like I want to kill you. So I already see what they're gonna do. Now, we already know that Cody is set to fight Punk or Cena later, right? At SummerSlam. I think Cody wins. I do think he wins. And I think Randy's coming right back. Or it's going to be down the line. I can definitely see a world where Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is the main event of WrestleMania. I can see CM Punk in the main event of WrestleMania against Seth. That's what I think is going to happen. Because I think they originally wanted Seth and CM Punk, of course. But then, you know, injury didn't happen. I think they're going to do it this year. I think CM Punk and Seth's going to be one. And I think Randy and Cody's going to be one. And Randy is definitely going to be a heel. This going to be a throwback Randy. And I think Randy does win the championship again. At some point. I don't know when they're going to do it, but I think he's going to get a heel championship win again eventually. I do. But anyways, look, so Cody beats him, you know, says thank you, Randy, all this stuff, and Randy has that look on his face. Then you get into, after that, it was Rhea and Raquel, I think it was Rhea and Raquel. No offense, but nobody cared about this match. Everybody loves Rhea Ripley. I mean, everybody loves Mommy. Come on. Everybody loves Rhea Ripley. But nobody cared about this match. They didn't. And Raquel, she gets no reaction when she comes out. I feel so bad for Raquel. Because Raquel be doing her thing in tag teams. But like as a single star, I just like, even when she was NXT champion, I didn't see it. Like, and there's nothing against her. I just don't feel like she don't feel like a champ to me. Like, she just feels like, oh, she's a big, strong girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't get that feeling like she's at that top echelon. And, cause honestly, like, I ain't had no resentment for Raquel, but like, you know, character-wise, I feel like Dakota Kai should definitely beat Raquel in NXT and won the NXT title before. For sure. Shout out to Dakota Kai. For sure. But yeah, so nobody really cared about this match. Rhea won. That's all y'all really need to hear about that. Like, nobody. And then after that, was it after or before? Yeah, I think it was Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa after. Yeah. Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Wait. Yeah? I think so. Was it? No, it wasn't. Sami versus Karrion Kross. Yeah. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross happens. Now, Saudi. First off, WWE, this is your fault. This is your fault, WWE. I blame y'all. First off, you let Karen come back from being on fucking main event. Everybody has this swelling support for this man. I didn't hear this man, when he had his interests on main event, he'd be having bigger reactions than people on the main fucking roster during the shows. And you have his debut to come back against Sami Zayn in fucking Saudi. Now, I ain't saying that Saudi ain't you know, they not in the know with what's going on with Karrion Kross over here. And, you know, the fact he's on main event. I don't know if they definitely showed some support to Karrion. But he been getting way bigger pops back in the States than over there. Than when he had his thing over there. I also think what played into that is the fact that Sami Zayn is fucking Arabic too. He speaks Arabic. And that motherfucker is a fan favorite over there. And he's fighting Karrion. Of course they're going to go with Sami. That was dumb on their part. That was dumb on WWE's part. And this better not be the only fucking time y'all put Karrion Kross on fucking TV again. In a match. You don't do that, bruh. That's dumb as hell. You don't fucking give us Karrion Kross finally. But you put him on a Saudi show. Who the fans over there might not even be as into the know with the online support he's been getting over here. And the main event, every time I hear him come out on main event, the crowd goes crazy. And the arena ain't even full by then. We all know this. We all know when main event starts, everybody ain't even in their fucking seats. And the crowd, you can hear them still when Karrion Kross comes out. Then y'all put him on a Saudi show versus a Saudi beloved Sami Zayn, who comes out with the hijab. I don't even know what it's called. I'm not going to disrespect nobody. I'm not like I know. I don't know what it's pronounced as. Maybe somebody who is, you know, Middle Eastern can help me with the headdress or headwear that he was wearing. I don't know what it's exactly called. But he comes out. He's one of them pretty much, bro. Like, he's a fan favorite. Everybody loves Sami in general. Then you have him go over there where he can speak their fucking native language. GG's the Karrion Kross. And then Karrion loses. And I love Sami Zayn. First off, I've been saying since Sami Zayn won the NXT title in NXT, he could be a world champion. With the same character, with the underdog mentality, with fans getting behind him. He got the fan support. They just so inconsistent with how he wins and stuff. And Sami, cut your damn hair, bro. That long hair shit gotta go. I need the shortcut Sami that I fucked with in NXT. But anyways, y'all did a horrible job, Saudi, with the reaction to Karrion. It should have been way louder. Especially we've been waiting for this man to get a fucking chance to be on television again and have matches. Great storytelling though by Karrion. Just trying to bait Sami, unlock that rage, or like show his true self, I guess, because he thinks he's a liar. You know, it's not really about the win or loss for Karrion, like for his character wise. He's like trying to get Sami to like, this is what you need to do, or this is how you need to be a world champion. So I get it from a character's perspective. I just hate the fact that he came back in Saudi and lost and didn't have the biggest reaction. Because now they could easily be like, okay, we don't need him no more. And not show him again. Which I'm going to fucking be mad if they do. As a fan. So, anyways, that happens. Then you got Asuka and Jade. Asuka and Jade, good solid match. Jade wins. As expected. I kind of expected it. Even though the fan support for Asuka was crazy. I expected Jade to win. I do expect her to beat Tiffany at SummerSlam. And I think Naomi cashes in. Or she doesn't beat Tiffany at SummerSlam because Naomi cashes in. Either way, I think Naomi cashes in at SummerSlam. Jacob versus Solo. I was intrigued. I felt like they would have to do multiple matches for this. So I was like, Jacob has to lose, but how? And then I think they got every family member possible assigned to WWE pretty much. So, you know, Jacob gets the upper hand on Solo. He's about to go for the moonsault or whatever the hell. You get a returning Tongaloa. Or as some people call him, Botchaloa, which is really messed up. The man do have botches, but, you know, it is what it is. But he actually gets a good pop. Okay, Saudi. He comes out. Jacob, I'm like, oh, so Tonga's okay. Tonga Loa costs him. Okay, doesn't get pinned. Then Jacob gets the upper hand again. Gets the upper hand again, defending off Tonga Loa, JC Mateo, and all this shit. Then he's about to get the win again, and here comes a debuting Hikuleo. But they don't never say Hikuleo name. They don't never say his name, which means they're gonna give him a new name. They're giving him a different name. But yeah, Hikuleo pops up, choke slams the fuck out of Fatu. Yeah. Okay. I kind of felt like Hikuleo was gonna pop up at some point. So, shit. I mean, now all you need is your boy Zilla. Might as well. Where's Zilla at? You know what I'm saying? He over there in reality of wrestling. You need Zilla now. But yeah, so Hikuleo comes and basically helps Solo Sikoa win. Jacob takes this nasty turnout Samoan Spike. And yeah, so now you got Solo as champ. Going into SummerSlam, Jacob's going to have his revenge, I'm assuming. But that's the program now. I was like, okay. Even though Jacob he's not had the belt that long, but I mean, he's had the belt since Mania, but he hasn't defended the belt that much, which is crazy. Like, he's had the Fatal 4-Way, and I think he had the rematch with LA, but I'm not sure. But he ain't really had to defend the belt that much. But I knew they would have to have Solo win in order to keep the program going. I mean, you could have had him. No, yeah, he had to win. And then you have Punk, John Cena. Again, crowd amazing. Yep. They had their match, whatever. A whole bunch of AAs. Gets to the point, a whole bunch of AAs. They try to do technical wrestling at first, and then it gets to a whole bunch of AAs. Then you got a GTS, or then you got a STF to Anaconda Vice. Then CM Punk puts on a STF. It's not the classic that they had before. Then, Punk's waving down another ref. And it's Seth Rollins music hits. Burn it down. And him, Paul, Bronson, and Braun come down. He sends Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker down. They attack Punk, of course. Punk fights him off for a bit, gets caught. Tries to do a dive over. Here's where it starts. Oh Lord, it was kind of rough towards the end of this match. Does dive over the top rope, kind of overshoots to the point where Bronson has him, but Braun is like, he's pretty much like only legs and all over, like over the top past Braun. And they botched that spot because it was supposed to catch him. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to catch him. Don't catch him, but they still followed through what was next. And even afterwards, they get him up for like this double chokeslam or double slam. Double one-hand spine buster or double chokeslam type thing. And their timing was terrible. To the point where Punk got this much off the fucking ground. And we know both of them dudes are strong enough to pick Punk up regardless. But the time was so bad. I think when Punk jumped, the time was off. It just looked so bad. He went through the table still, but it was just awful. Awful. But fuck-ups happen. It is what it is. They get back to the point where Seth comes in and John's like, wait, what the hell are you doing? What you doing? And, but before that even happened, John was trying to hit Punk. He was about to hit Punk with the belt. And I think they're starting to get to that point. They're starting to slowly turn the wheels of having John come back to be a face. Like, the fan support is just too much. He's like, it's starting to get to him. They're starting to show that. And he doesn't do it. And then the whole Seth thing happens after Punk, stops him from, beats him up a little bit or whatever, hits the GTS. the second time. And yeah. So he's like, what you doing, Rollins, or whatever the hell is like, and says like, this doesn't concern you. And he's like, it's my title. Of course it concerns me. And Rollins tries to hit Cena with the briefcase. Cena ducks it. AA. Yeah, they get to a point after all this shit happened. Penta comes out, you know what I'm saying, to stop the shit and fights Braun. Then Sammy comes out, and then they take Braun out the picture pretty much. And then, JC gets taken out by Punk. And John Cena, they basically do a tag team where Punk pushes him off top rope, and John gets him for an AA. John's still strong as fuck at his age. Gets him up for AA. He's out of here. Pack him up. And they have this moment. And I was like, oh, God, no. This is how it happens again. I'm like, the whole time, like, John's going to low blow this man Punk again. He's going to low blow this man Punk again. He's about to get caught. Hook, line, and sinker. Punk sticks his hand out to shake John's hand. I'm like, oh, God. They hug. I mean, they shake hands. They hug. Cena has this look on his face. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Tries to do it. Punk catches on. Punk's like, oh, you sneaky bastard. Tries to get him up for a GTS. Seth comes in the ring, hits Punk with a fucking briefcase. Because he can't get off his schmeat. He's always on Punk's body. And he's obsessed with fucking Punk. So he fucking hits Punk with a briefcase, curb stomps him. Cena throws him out, gets the pin on Punk. Again, Seth screws Punk. This is why I say, since the Drew fucking match, ever since the Drew program Punk and Seth, really before then, obviously, when Punk first came back, Seth has been like a stain in CM Punk's existence. Vice versa. Punk has cost Seth too. This is why I think that's going to be the WrestleMania match. I think that's still going to be the WrestleMania match. They could have a match at SummerSlam. I don't think so, though. I mean, they could, but I don't think so. Because I think Seth could easily just cash in soon. I think he could cash in after the Gunther and Goldberg match, for all we know. Because I think they just did this just to make it seem like, yeah, I can cash in for this belt if I wanted to. But I think that's eventually going to be Cody's again. I think Seth's going to get the world title back again. But I think eventually Punk is going to definitely fight Seth for that world title. At Mania, probably. That's just my prediction. That's my reactions and my reviews on it. The match itself was okay. It was good. It wasn't nothing super special. It had interference after interference, and it was fine. The best match on the card? The best match on the card was probably Randy and Cody. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I think the best match on the card is Randy and Cody, probably. The best match of the weekend is Andrade and Ray versus DIY. It ain't even close. It ain't even close with that, but yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it was solid. The crowd great. I hate the fact that they brought Karen back, his first match back. They could have did it on a Raw or a PLE that was in the States, because I feel like it would have connected more with the fans. Because they just didn't, like I said, either they didn't they weren't so into the know. You had some fans that was cheering for Karen, of course. But I don't think they was so into the know that it was really put out there. And then Sammy was such a favorite over there. It's like, come on, man. It wasn't even a fair shot, honestly. But hey, man, look, that's my review. That's my reaction of Night of Champions and Friday Night Smackdown the night before. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe to your boy the one J-Osh. And I'm out. Hee!